What's up, heathens? How ya doing? Today we are gonna be looking at more comments from the comment section, but first we have to crown the winner from February. If you guys don't know, we recently posted up a video where we listed off all of the dumbass winners from February. You got to vote for the biggest dumbass of that month, and that winner was this dumbass right here. Yeah, you, that luckily tied all of your shit together at the very end with a fuck you too Valentine's Day. So, I mean, there was nothing in it about Valentine's Day, but you posted it about on Valentine's Day. I don't know, apparently you have some issues with your friends. Anyways, you win the biggest dumbass for February. If you pick that particular dumbass in February, then you win 1,000,000 God points. Remember, these God points are worth about as much as Trump's attention to detail. Speaking of dipshits, somebody pities me. Haha, I get called a snowflake. I get called a stupid heathen? I'm not sure what that is. Oh, and I'm a smug jackass. And apparently my religion is mainstream science? I don't know how that works out. And finally, a call for an uprising is infinitely better than I am. So if any of these dumbass comments interest you, then please stay tuned. We'll get to the comments shortly, but of course, first we have... First up on Today I Learned that the groundwork for modern medical training, which is infamous for the grueling hours and workload that often lead to burnout, was laid by a physician who was addicted to cocaine, which he was injecting into himself as an experimental anesthetic. So the grueling medical training that is standard here in America apparently was cocaine infused. I feel like a new standard needs to be written, or at least it needs to exist, because not everybody runs on cocaine in the medical profession. I would hope that most doctors aren't run on cocaine. Honey, is that what fuels doctors? Next on Today I Learned that bubble wrap was originally designed to be used as wallpaper for homes. It was invented by engineer Al Fielding and Swiss inventor Marc Chevance in 1957. They were trying to create a textured wallpaper. Interesting how that panned out, because it's not actually used for wallpaper, it's just used for packing material to help keep things, from getting broken and shit. Which, amazingly, I'm sure the postal service will figure out ways to still break your shit, even if it's triple wrapped in fucking bubble wrap. But, I think it's amazing to know the origins of certain things and how they've, how the uses for them have changed over time, because there's a lot of things that, like this, that have happened in the past. Like, did you know that cell phones were invented by a logging company originally? And finally, in Today I Learned, in 2012, a 22-year-old man on a business trip sent a wrong number text to a woman 30 years older. She replied that she'd like to hang out anyway. They went to a concert together, started dating, got married, and in 2019 she needed a kidney transplant, and he donated his kidney to her. Well, to each their own, I guess. That would have made her 52 in 2012, so she was 59, and he would have been, 29? To each their own. Yes, now we have Out of Context Comics. If you want to submit your own Out of Context comic, hit me up on Twitter at Godless Engineer. So here we have a Captain Marvel comic where apparently Captain Marvel's in a house holding a baby, and the mother of the baby is saying, "Give me my baby!" And Captain Marvel's like, "No, I think I love this baby." And then the woman's like, "It is a cute baby. I can understand why you'd want to keep her, but seriously, stop fucking around. Give her the fuck back, okay, Captain Marvel?" But I mean, to be honest, Captain Marvel's so overpowered, I doubt that the mother would actually get the baby back if Captain Marvel really wanted to kidnap a baby. All the same, I think this is a really weird comic panel. I don't know. Captain Marvel, give the baby back. I know it's cute, but it's not yours. Or they aren't yours, whatever. Y'all know what time it is now, right? Shitty ass science! We're gonna answer some science shit really wrong. Oh, yes. Shitty ass science. I am so fucking ready for this shit. Are you guys ready? Well, what's the question today? If God didn't exist, how do atheists explain how fish and other aquatic organisms can breathe despite living inside water, having no connection with the atmosphere? Okay, so I don't know if you guys knew this, but all fish in the sea are Christians. It happened at the very beginning of the world when God created them. He created them with the knowledge of Jesus Christ and Adam and all of that kind of shit. The fall of man, they knew that shit was going to happen. So, they just watched it happen, those fucking fish. Anyways, so basically they all have Christ's love inside of them that's keeping them alive in the water. And because Christ is alive in them, they stay alive. And I don't know if you know this, but fish are actually immortal because the love of Christ never expires. They just live on forever. That's why, all of these fish keep getting caught and we eat them for dinner. And that's how you get the love of Christ inside you. That's why everybody that touches the sea and eats like crabs, fish, any kind of sea life really, they all have the love of Christ inside them, whether they're atheists or not. Because, atheists, they do believe in God, whether or not you want to accept that you do or not, that's up to you. But you do believe in God. You just reject him, and that's a true fucking statement right there. But anyways, once you eat crabs or fish or whatever, you have the love of Christ inside you because that's what keeps them alive. Now, true, we do kill them motherfuckers and eat them, but that does not kill the love of Christ. No, he lives on forever. He is immortal. And that's how they breathe underwater. Alright now, that's it for today. That's all I got for you. Love of Christ. Get the fuck on. Yeah, none of that was correct. No, atheists don't just innately believe in God and they just reject him. That's some apologetics bullshit. And no, the love of Christ is not what keeps fish alive. For fuck's sake. Basically, how fish breathe underwater is that their gills are very feather-like, and when they suck in water and they push it out, their feathery gills strip the dissolved oxygen in the water and goes directly into their bloodstream. So no, it's not the love of Christ. Now that we got the shitty ass science out of the way, you guys ready for comments? Comments of the day. Prepare to face bumps up in the next week. Alright, what do we got first? I pity you. I don't know why you pity me. This is on the scientific proof Jesus resurrected via the Shroud of Turin. Basically, in that video, what they say is that Jesus somehow opened up some kind of portal while he was in the Shroud of Turin, and he teleported out of there, thus burning his image into it or something like that, or it's some kind of weird scientific explanation that doesn't even make sense. So I suggest going and watching it. It's quite interesting. I don't know why you pity me. I guess maybe it's just because I don't believe in Jesus or that he resurrected or anything like that, but no reason to pity me, dude. I just have a different opinion than you. Damn hypocrites! You love files and hate babies. Not only hypocrites, but cowards. You just go with the flow. Atheists, it's okay to kill babies. Love queers. Christians, capital punishment for queers is okay. Abortion is murder. So I really don't know if you're criticizing both sides of the argument here or just the atheist side of it. I'm guessing because you're Deb Loria 1611 and you have a Holy Bible image, I'm guessing that you're on the side of Christians that punishing the LGBTQ or GRSM community is okay and that abortion is murder. This whole equating files with the LGBT community or the GRSM community is really disingenuous, and it just shows that you're only listening to the propaganda that your particular preacher preaches, which I'm guessing is a new independent fundamentalist Baptist church preacher, and they use this kind of disingenuous information in order to, I guess, brainwash you into thinking that all of the GRSM people are files. And that's just not true. Scientifically proven to be not true. They've done actual studies on this, and there's no higher rate in the GRSM community of files than in just the general population. Obviously, you're just eating up all of the propaganda that your particular preacher preaches at you, and then you're spouting it here on YouTube. So there's really no reason to actually take you seriously. And also, fetuses are not babies. Also, embryos and zygotes and all the other stages during the gestation of a human being, none of them are actually babies yet. So no, we're not saying that it's okay to kill babies. We're just saying that abortion is okay because it's a much needed medical procedure that we have today. Cookies Snowflake! I don't know how I'm a kooky snowflake. It makes me think of cookies, like you're calling me a cookie snowflake. But no, it's kooky snowflake. Generally, this kind of rhetoric comes from people that are actually snowflakes. They actually get upset over very minor, small things. So it's quite funny to me to be called a snowflake when I'm not really a snowflake. I mean, I'm fine with people of differing opinions and everything like that, but I do have an opinion, and if you're going to put out a dumbass rap video that shames women for getting abortions, then I'm going to call you out. Why would an atheist make videos about religious stuff? I don't get it, and I don't want to waste my time on religious bullshit, but I will waste my time leaving a fucking comment just like this on this here video, because everybody has to know that I just don't care about religious bullshit. Alright, Harry, I understand that you don't care about the religious stuff, and you don't want to watch any of the anti-religious content that I put out. And you seem to feel the need to constantly post this in my comment section, which, admittedly, you're not now because you're unsubscribed or whatever the fuck. I care about these particular things because I used to believe in them, and people still believe in these things, so I want to make content about why those things are wrong. And so there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you not liking the content. Just don't watch the videos, Harry. You don't have to announce your shit. I mean, I'm an atheist, but what? The default position is that there is no God. No, sir. The default is... which I'm guessing means I don't fucking know or something. But anyways, I would say that anybody that is totally oblivious to any kind of God notion or anything like that, and they're presented with the idea that, you know, some supernatural higher being exists, I feel like their default position would be like, I don't think so. I don't believe in that, and there's no evidence to suggest that. Why don't you try to prove to me that that is the actual situation? So I still feel like the default, in the grand scheme of things, the default is that the God concept doesn't even exist. Because prior to religion being created, there was no, like, God concept. So there was no need for a God to be there or anything like that. So I would say that the default position is that there simply is no God. And then moving from there, you have people that was like, no, there is a God. It causes the rains and the thunder. Oh, the thunder is when he gets pissed off, okay? Also, when the crops don't grow, that's because we have angered this motherfucker up there, so we must sacrifice a human heart, eat it, and then fuck their skulls right there on the temple grounds in order to please this God. So, you see, the default position is, like, just null. It's a null position about the whole God question. And then you have people coming in saying, nope, there is one. And so they had to provide the evidence that there actually is one. You are fucking stupid Hatons, and you got smoked by Hovind. God bless. Well, I'm so glad that you ended it with God bless. Otherwise, I would think that you're pissed off at me. But anyways, I don't need your blessings. Your magical incantations from God just don't have any kind of fucking effect on me. Also, I get that you were trying to say heathens and not heathens, but I read these things verbatim, so just, you know, I'm not stupid or anything. Even though you say that I'm fucking stupid, which is kind of contradictory to your whole end thing of God bless, I don't think Jesus would want that particular set of lips sucking his dick. First of all, I am a biologist, okay? Evolution scientists are far from logical thinkers and instead live in a place where reality doesn't exist. In the real observable world that we live in, intelligence and information only originates with an intelligent person. Intelligence and information has never never been observed to come from anywhere else. To deny that is not living in reality. Can an artificial intelligent robot build itself? The answer is of course not. Well, the same logical principle applies to the even more complex human body. DNA is encoded information that sends instructions to cells. When has information not been attributed to an intelligent person? Evolution scientists can continue to be delusional. The rest of us know better. If you can explain how life spontaneously came about from non-living matter and how information got into genome, then tell an evolution biologist he really needs your help. First of all, S. Global, I'm not too keen on accepting that you are a biologist. I mean, I really don't accept anybody in the comments that says, I'm a lawyer, I'm a biologist, I'm a particle physicist. Oh, okay, bud. Okay. Also, evolution scientists not being logical thinkers and they live in a place where reality doesn't exist. I don't know how to process that because it seems to me like creationists are the ones that don't live in reality. I don't know how you would prove this whole intelligence and information only comes from an intelligent person or something like that, or an already existing intelligence, because who would then make that particular intelligence? And then it's an infinite regress backwards, and there's no real answer there. So I don't even know why you would bring that up. You also in here talk about how DNA is encoded with information and everything like that. We can interpret it as information, but it is actually a chemical. DNA is a chemical and it's governed by the laws of chemistry. And so because it's governed by those laws, which are also physical laws, then there's no real reason to include like God in that or anything. I don't know why you people always go to this vague notion of information. Just seems like you're just trying to obfuscate the actual conversation being had. Also, no, biologists don't need my help. I'm merely an average, I guess, a mediocre science communicator here on YouTube. So they don't need my help. I need their help all the time. And I do a lot of research for the videos that cover like evolution and everything like that. So no, I need their help. They don't need my help. You come across as a smug jackass. Well, maybe I do, but I feel like I have a good reason. They're dumbasses. In these comments videos and in the videos that I respond to, most of the time they're dumbasses. So I feel like a bit of smugness is a little warranted on my part because they themselves are so confident in what they say that they themselves are smug in what they say. So I feel like a little bit of smugness on my part should be perfectly fine. And of course, this atheist fake engineer, like all atheists, dopeheads, and perverts, is from California. What a loser. Apparently, he had more bullshit to say, which I think was just more of the laughing, crying faces. But anyways, I'm not from California. I don't know where in the fuck you got that from, especially in this video. I've never been to California. I've been to a lot of states, just not California. Merely a low IQ fake engineer millennial living in mommy's basement playing video games. Excuse me? Currently I live in an apartment. I do not live in my mom's. My mom lives like about in 45 minutes or so the other direction, so I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Also, low IQ, I don't think I'm the smartest motherfucker out there, but I do think that I'm pretty mediocre. Also, this whole fake engineer thing, no, there's actual video evidence of me getting my engineering degree, my second engineering degree, because they didn't record the graduation ceremony or whatnot prior to 2012. Luckily, 2012 is the first year they did that, and they started posting it on their website at UAH. So I have video evidence of me getting my degree, completing my degree, and everything like that. My second degree, my master's. So no, I'm not a fake engineer. My friend? Okay, first off, not your fucking friend, okay? Just not. Your argument is neither intellectual nor given due diligence. Your arguments seem based on nothing more than an emotional axe you have to grind with this topic. No, Like, I really don't have, like, a personal, like, emotional grind with the topic, which I think this particular comment was on J. Warner Wallace's 3 evidences or whatnot for Christ. Ah, yes, so it's the top 3 reasons why the Bible is reliable, and it's from J. Warner Wallace, which, if you don't know, J. Warner Wallace was the one that did the Cold Case Christianity, where he was a cold case detective and he solved cold case homicides. And so I don't have a personal act to grind with either of those things, either J. Warner Wallace or, like, the Bible, other than I used to believe in it, now I don't. And I'm using YouTube as a platform to express to people why they are wrong about what they say, which is exactly what I did in that video. You obviously have not read either of his books because, in fact, your arguments are the ones Warner debunks in the books. Well, I'm reading Cold Case Christianity right now, and I have to say it is not starting off on a good foot. In the case of this video, ironically, the famous atheist Christopher Hitchens Razor replies, "What can be asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence." Okay, well, in the video, I actually do provide evidence that the Bible's not reliable. It's not just me saying it. There's actual evidence contained within that video. If you actually listen to what Wallace had to say after he asks these questions, he puts tangible evidence on the table. Which I disagree that those are actually evidence for the reliability of the Bible. You put forth nothing more than an emotional, "Nuh-uh." No, it didn't. I provided clear, logical cases against his, logical reasons why he's wrong about this. I'm aware that nobody can be convinced of anything that they are already convinced against, but I urge anyone watching, Christian or not, to put aside any preconceived biases, be truly 100% objective, and take the logic and reasoning of the topic seriously. If intellectually you can make a strong, unemotional case that the evidence points somewhere else, by all means, you have done your due diligence. But don't act like a 4th grader and call that debunking. Some of us actually want to take this topic seriously. And I do take this topic seriously, but I do provide these videos in entertainment sort of context. I try to be entertaining but also educational at the same time. So you saying that I am not being intellectual in it just because I say some words that you may not like, or I don't provide a deep and detailed dissertation on why he's wrong. The fact is that I provided good, clear reasons why he is wrong. Your religion is mainstream science, you fake atheist satanic Plasaget. I don't know what word you're trying to say there at the end, and I don't even want to bother trying to figure it out. But no, mainstream science is not a religion, and I'm not a fake atheist. I'm a real atheist. I really don't believe that God exists, nor Jesus being his son. So I don't know why these people have to try to put science or atheism in the same religious playing field as other religions, because atheism, science, those are not religion. Atheists seem oblivious to such groups as the occultists, Satanists, Luciferians that are growing in numbers every day in America, the West, and the rest of the world. They are into secret, dark, evil practices like human blood drinking, human cannibalism, human sacrifice. We Christians, many of us aware of these things, but atheists seem oblivious about these groups, even calling them wonderful people. Mark Passio was a Satanist 6 years before quitting. He said the Satanists hated and despised Christians, but laughed at and mocked atheists. He said that when he quit, they showed they were not happy about it and gave him a stern warning about never to come back or else. Mark Passio is online and YouTube and lives in Philadelphia, PA. I also had a Christian friend who was brought up in the occult, and when he left as a young man and became a Christian, his occultic family and friends were not too happy, and even death threats after 10 years stayed away from his hometown, and during those years his former occultic friends died violent deaths. FYI! So this whole long diatribe here is mostly nonsense, but I love how he's criticizing Satanists for like doing the whole human blood drinking, human cannibalism, and human sacrifice. Last time I checked about Christianity, you guys drink the blood of Christ, you eat his body in remembrance of him, and then you also like killed him in order to atone for your own sins for eternity. I don't know why you're criticizing Satanists for doing the same things that Christians already do. So I get that not all Christians do these things. Not all Christians like take the Eucharist or believe that in transubstantiation, but at the same time, the OG sect of Christianity that was mainstream, the Catholics, they believe in transubstantiation. So I don't really think that you need to be criticizing the Satanists for that, you know? But also, I don't think Satanists actually do that. Like, I've literally never heard of any of that happening by actual Satanists or anything like that. So just seems like you're just posting a whole bunch of anti-atheist, anti-Satanist like propaganda here. There's no real reason to take you seriously. Do you ever care how much you swear? No, I swear as much as I want to. I'm a fucking adult. A call is infinitely better than you. You're an ass. So back off, mofo. Alright, I'm blessed. A call for an uprising isn't infinitely better than me. True, he does have more subscribers, but just because you have more subscribers or you're more popular doesn't mean that you're right. He posts batshit crazy things all the time. So yeah, I feel like I have a better grasp on reality than he does. No, I won't back off. In fact, I'll probably be doing more of his bullshit videos on my channel. He's got so much crazy packed within his channel that it's hard not to want to respond to it. And finally, atheists can't get God off their minds, not even for one day. Well, I can actually, because I just went on my honeymoon with KC. I didn't have God on my mind most of that trip. Now, granted, you know, recent events happened and it kind of got brought up. But, you know, for the most part, I didn't really give a fuck. Like, I was enjoying time with my wife. I was enjoying time at the beach. It was a great time. So no, I don't just constantly think about God all the time, but also it's not me that's constantly bringing up God. I respond to Christian videos. I respond to Christian apologetics. I don't bring this shit up just out of the fucking blue. This is my response to the Christian apologetics that are being pushed around here. So maybe if you guys stop talking about God so much, and maybe if you guys quit making God the center of everything or trying to force God into the center of everything, maybe I would shut the fuck up. I don't know. But anyways, that's all that we have for today, guys. I really appreciate you guys coming by and watching. Why don't you go down below, leave me a comment, and vote for this week's dumbass. While you're down there, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe if you like this kind of dumbass content. Don't forget to stand up and use your voice, and I will see you heathens later.